Thanks for coming up. So once again, I just want to say thank you guys for coming down and Bloomington, Indiana, Full Bloom too, and just being part of our scene. I think we're all really appreciative of that.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
It's a great tournament as well.
Yeah, of
thank
course.
you.
Having a good time, man.
I'm glad you're having it. I know I've asked you guys probably 3 or 4 times today. Are you having a good time? I'm glad you are.
Oh, it was a lot more than that. But
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, having a good time. It's cool.
All right,
It's
good.
cool. I like all the people here.
All right, cool.
You guys are sick. What's up?
So I'll just jump right in, and then I'll have a few questions, and then we'll get a couple questions from the audience. So my first question is kind of similar to what I asked the other guys earlier. In terms of your gameplay and your skill level, now, did you have times where you just felt like you were plateauing and it was kind of a struggle and you felt like you weren't really getting good, or times where there was peaks? Just in terms of your development, how was it? Peaks, plateaus, times where you felt like you were going down?
Okay, so I always tell this story. Anytime anyone asks me a question like this, I always tell this story. I had one of the very first big tournaments I had gone to. One of the very first big tournaments I had gone to, I played against Dreffin, if he's out here in the crowd somewhere. All right, and Dreffin annihilated me. He destroyed me. Right, I wasn't that good back then, but I was like, okay. So a year later, after I had been doing a lot of practicing, I played the game almost every day, and I put in a lot of hours. Mm-hmm. So I see him in another tournament, and sure enough, we have to play in bracket. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready for you this time. Mm-hmm. And he annihilates me. and so at that point, I was like, I'm going to quit this game because clearly I'm not getting any better. But then I kept playing. I didn't let that, defeat my spirit. And eventually I just got to the point where I finally got good. Mm-hmm. And one of the key things is that you have to understand that no matter how good you think you are, anybody can get, once you're at a certain level, anybody can get destroyed by anybody anytime. So don't let getting 4-stock crush your spirit. It's gonna happen. It happens to pros today. It happens to the top players. Yeah. They get 4-stock
at the national level.
Don't let getting 4-stock crush your spirit. Then similar to Lucky said, if you have a stock and you get gimped or anything, you have 3 more. Mm-hmm. So just keep going and fighting through, and you never know what'll happen.
I think it's funny. You and Lucky both kind of have that experience of somebody who is important in your life that made you even want to get better. He had Mango, and then you had Dreffin.
Well, like the whole Chicagoland was better than me because you had like Tink and Eddie. They were the tops of Chicago at that point. They were top of the Midwest at that point or something like that. Then you had Dark Rain, and you had Dope. He was good. So Dreffin. So you have all these people, and then I'll never forget this one tournament. I had to play all of them in a row. I had to play.
Oh, the gauntlet.
I played the gauntlet. I ran through the gauntlet. I had to play Tink, Dreffin, Dope, and Dark Rain. Mm-hmm. I had to play all of them, and I beat all 4 of them in that one tournament.
Oh,
it was
nice.
Odd experience, man. But yeah, so just keep practicing and keep at it. Right. Don't let the fact that I lost to him a year ago, so now I've practiced for a year. Now I'm gonna go to beat him. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. It's just keep practicing.
Yeah, big time. Like for me, I've definitely hit walls, and I think like anybody who's been playing for a while has eventually hit the point where they're just like, okay, I'm not getting any better. This sucks. Like, what am I supposed to do? There's no way I can get over this. And the answer is, like, for any top player that you'll talk to that's got to that point, they kept playing. Like, just keep playing and don't give up. Like, if you just keep practicing, you're going to get better, even if you feel like you're not. Like, even for me right now, I don't feel like I'm getting any better. I felt like I've had a wall for a while. But then, like, when I look at my footage, say, like 8 months ago to a year, I'm like, whoa, I'm doing all this other stuff, and I'm better. Like, I can just tell that I'm better. And the answer is to just keep playing. Just keep playing, and you're going to get better. Just keep at it, keep practicing.
Yeah, I think one of the things you kind of mentioned there was, I think often we kind of focus on only the bad things we've done. I lost, and then you kind of took time to look at your footage and realize, actually, I am getting better.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, recording yourself play, and then, like, practicing a lot and then going back to your old footage is a big motivator for, like, wow, you know what, I really have improved. And, sometimes other people will say, like, hey, you got better, but you don't believe them. Mm-hmm. But you should believe them because they're telling the truth. And you can tell that they're telling the truth by checking your old footage. So record yourself, play for a while, like if you're a new player, record yourself, play for like 2 months, and then go back and look at your old footage. And if you feel like you're at a wall, you probably won't anymore. And you'll be like, wow, I've actually improved. And just keep playing. And even if you feel that way, you are getting better. Like, just keep practicing.
I think that's really good advice. So I want to ask you guys a question kind of related to Melee and the community as a whole. And it's basically, do you think Melee is going to hit a ceiling, or are we just going to keep going?
I think Melee is going to keep going. I thought about 4-ish, 5-ish years ago, the scene kind of began dying.
Brawl.
Yeah, brawl.
Brawl, dude.
Freaking brawl. So anyway, because there were like a lack of tournaments in my area. So I was like, oh, this game's going to die. I stopped playing. Started playing MMOs. And, louder? All right, there we go. All right. So I started playing MMOs. And then, this is my belief. I believe PM kind of sparked a lot of Brawl players to play Melee. Because when PM came out, it was like a resurge of Melee.
Yeah.
And Melee became huge again.
Yeah.
So, after that, I was really happy.
Who'd you play in PM?
Fox.
Okay.
I don't play PM.
Oh, okay.
I just play Fox.
Okay.
I don't play PM.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, for whatever reason, it took a really long time for a lot of people to realize just how good Melee is and how deep it is. To be exact, it took about 12 years because when Evo happened in 2013, that's when it all started. When there was that strong Melee community. Not many people knew how amazing Melee is. Melee is hella good. Yeah. Freaking love Melee. This game is sick.
Yeah.
But not many people knew, like, just the general public knew just how good the scene is, or the game itself is, and because we raised over
About
$90,000, like it was
100,000.
I don't even know, a lot of money,
A lot of money.
as much as I wish I had, but that like got into Evo and people were watching and they're just like, whoa, this game is sick, right? Got Mango won, it was cool. Now Hungry Box is
cool, I
winning.
didn't win.
Someone's got to stop that guy. He's hella good. I thought the game was dead. Well, I don't know if I'd say dead, because I was still going to play it no matter what, because I just love the game. But, like, I thought that the scene wasn't going to be growing much, 5 years ago or something. And then it just surged super high. Yeah. And it's unpredictable, man. Like, it's bigger than it's ever been, and it's still growing, and God knows how long it's going to last. But it's looking like it's going to be a long time, and God bless Melee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Genesis 3 just set the new standard of the potential and how high it can
nuts.
go.
It's nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the thing is now, like, we're having so many big tournaments with a lot of these, like, pot bonuses and stuff, just more and more tournaments, that eventually, like, these tournaments are going to get absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Like, they already are
getting
absolutely nuts.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be, like, I don't even have words for it. It's going to be...
For me, I'm always surprised.
It's going to be Wumbo.
It's always a surprise now when top-level players aren't even making it out of pools.
Yeah.
That's like the level of attack. That's insane.
So, like, a lot of top-level people like to kind of sandbag in pools because they think it's going to be free or whatever.
Not anymore.
You can't sandbag anymore.
No.
Now it's like you see randoms, you think, I got. You take a look at your pool list, you don't know any names in there, so you're like, I got this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you
you
go play a different character, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, like you're
This
just
person's good.
you're just in pools. You run into some random NY Joey,
Exactly.
and then you sandbag, and you're just like, oh, jeez, this guy's hella good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It
like you
happens.
can't sandbag anymore because everyone's getting so good.
Yeah.
You don't know who anyone is anymore. Like back in the day, we used to know like every single smasher because the
Exactly.
scene was smaller and we could know everybody.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
it's
hidden
like
bosses everywhere.
yeah, hidden bosses like ridiculous.
Oh my god.
All right, so I got one more question, then we'll take two questions from the audience. Both of you have been known to have some secondaries. What goes through your mind and what helps you determine, okay, this is the moment I'm going to pull out this character?
The matchup, the matchup, and the stage that we're going to. So, like, for example, if I have to play Axe and he takes me to final, I'm not playing Fox because and things like that come into play when I want to go to my secondaries. And also, it's just how well am I playing my main right now? Because Fox is so iffy, and if you're not spot on with him, then you're just going to kill yourself, or you're going to get grabbed, or something dumb is going to happen to you if you play Fox and you're not playing on point. So that comes into play when I think about switching my characters, because she's not as technical. You don't have to be as technical or as precise with all of your movements like you need to be with Fox. So all that comes into play when I'm thinking about switching.
Okay.
For me, there's a couple different reasons. The main reason, though, is because Falco is fun. Shout outs to all the Falco players. Falco's hella fun, and I just have fun playing him. So I play him all the time, and because of it, I have a good Falco now. And like sometimes I have an off day, like with Pikachu, and I'm just like, man, I can't quite move right. Like this kind of sucks, but then I'm just having a good day with Falco. Like sometimes my Falco's just playing really well, and I just kind of feel Falco, and I don't really have a good reason.
Okay. All right. All right, let me get a couple questions from the audience for Axe and Kels. Anybody want to ask a question? Just come right up to the mic. Go and flip it on there. There's a switch on the top. Go and flip it on.
I don't think so.
It's okay. Go ahead and say your question. Okay. All right. The question is, he said he hasn't been in the scene for very long, and he wants to know how long Axe has had his hat.
All right. Well, when I came out the womb, I did not have this hat. I'm just saying. This was actually given to me by Corey Games. What's up, Corey? Corey Games. She's a Samus player. She's really good. Top player in Arizona, pretty much. When did she give this to me? It was like, I don't remember. I did not have it for 2014. I probably got it later in the year. So it must like a year or two, something like that. So I love this hat. Awesome. Thanks, Corey.
Another question? Oh, no, the mic isn't working. Is it on? Okay, that's fine. What's your question? Oh, okay. All right. The question is, and it was important that he emphasized there is money riding on this question. And the question is, what is Axe's favorite cereal?
How much money's on the line?
You might not answer it.
Not too much. It's fine.
Okay.
$300.
I better get some of that if I answer for you. All right. So there are a lot of good cereals in the world.
He's gonna sell it.
You know, and this is like my motivation for playing. I just love cereal. And some of you guys might not guess this. Some of you might guess Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because that's a super good cereal. It's a good go-to. Like, everybody loves it. But I like being different. I play Pikachu. Some of you guys might be surprised at this one, but Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. There you go.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
It's on stream. Somebody lost a lot of money.
So who won that? Did any of you guys win? Like, what? That was close. That was close.
All right, we have a question from the chat, the stream chat.
Okay.
Oh.
Outside
All right,
is
this
fine.
is going to be our last question. And the question comes from this the stream chat. Thank you for those watching. What is your favorite thing to do when you're traveling outside of your region, not related to Smash, when you're traveling?
Whenever I travel, I just try to explore the city that I'm in, because I know that I'm not probably gonna be in the city for a long time. So I just try and look at the sights and, hang out with everybody outside of, like, whenever, like, say for instance, like, the day's over with and we have free time, we don't have to be back until the next day. We go out, chill at a few bars, just hang out and enjoy the city.
Cool.
My favorite part of pretty much every single big tournament that I travel for is after the tournament, going to bars with friends.
Yes.
Like I love just hanging out. I probably shouldn't talk about something Melee related because I just love going out to bars and hanging out with all the Smashers. But besides that,
It always comes back to
yeah,
Smashers.
it's cool just like, hanging out with the Smashers outside of
Smash.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like when you guys are going to a bar, have a drink, that's cool. Or like you go to Denny's because all the Smashers go to Denny's because it's cheap and we're
That's
all
how we
poor.
started our day.
Yeah, Denny's though. And but IHOP though, I'm just saying.
IHOP.
I like walking around new cities and just like going sightseeing and seeing like different stuff. I just love like checking everything out, and I don't know. I love Melee too much to not do that. So like it's hard to say. Like generally, a lot of times if it's just me and I don't have like somebody that came with me from Arizona to travel with, I usually just watch anime. I love watching.
What are you watching right now?
I just finished One Punch Man. Oh man, that was
One Punch
awesome.
Man.
How is that? I've
Yo,
been
One
wanting to
Punch
watch it.
Man though, guys, watch One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
It's super good. I don't know which camera to look into. Just watch it.
Yeah, watch it.
Watch all you guys. Watch One Punch Man.
We've
It's
had several
awesome.
endorsements today. Fruity Pebbles, IHOP, Denny's, and now One Punch Man.
Yeah, but you know what's even better? You know what's even better?
All right.
Kuroko no Basket. It's
What
a
is that
basketball anime
Okay.
has.
Does anybody watch that here?
Dude, Kuroko no Basket, you have like the 5 gods of basketball, right? And like, you have like your demigods. There's like a thunder guy who has electric dribbles on that dude. And like this, it relates so much to Melee that it's hilarious. So, Kuroko no Basket, watch it.
All right.
It's cool.
All right, well, let's give these guys a round of applause and thank them for their time here. All right, we're going to be starting top 64 and top 32 bracket in just a few minutes.
Triforce. Big, whoa!